Oh, the memories. The memories of that magical morning when nothing else mattered. A year's worth of anticipation would boil down to that half hour or so when those beautifully wrapped boxes would be torn apart. And who wouldn't give $1 million to take a time machine back and to experience that magic again? Well, Space Cadets, fasten your seatbelts, for we are setting the dial of the Max Time Machine to take you to that childhood again. Thanks to our friends at the Minnesota Historical Society, the following program will be brought to you in living color. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. They're all here, all of them just how I remember them. They even have our silver Christmas tree with my brother's American Flyer train circling around it. And my G.I. Joe and my sister's Raggedy Ann doll, and Lincoln Logs and Ford Apache, and the Lone Ranger. And there's Cootie and Ants in the Pants, and my Erector set. Oh, and my favorite Tonka truck.
This was when a truck was still a truck.
Tonka Toys is probably one of the best-known Minnesota-made toys, primarily because they were basically indestructible.
From Gilbert Autorama.
Many say the golden era of toys started in the 1950s with the advent of TV playing a big role.
Within the 50s, there's also TV and radio making such an impact on the toys. So, for example, you've got Fess Parker starring as Davy Crockett in some Disneyland specials. What happens? All of a sudden, that coonskin cap goes through the
Everybody
roof.
wants one.
Everybody wants one. Everybody has to have one. You look at all of these great sets. The Marx Ford Apache set.
Again, it's one of those toys that is the theme throughout here that allows you, or actually requires that you use your imagination.
I have so many great memories of these plastic wonders, like punching my brother's head off in Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Ah, the 3D magic of the Viewmaster. The never too safe, never too easy, Easy Bake Oven. Charlie Brown and the Gang, and the classics like Etch-a-Sketch, Spirograph, and Light Bright, and that thing that made the creepy crawlies.
Basically, the idea was you were casting your own toys. You were making them out of plastic first. It actually started off as the vacuum form, but developed into the thing maker in the early mid-1960s, and the idea was you took this polyvinyl chloride liquid material that they dubbed Plastigoop, and you put it in a mold that was heated to 390 degrees, and you create your own spiders and villains and all kinds of figures.
They not only got to write a book on this awesome subject, but Kate and Adam got to live the dream by literally going back to their childhood and reliving those memories.
Doing the toys exhibit was tremendous fun, I think, for the entire staff, primarily because most of us are baby boomers, so many of the toys that are depicted in this exhibition we played with.
It was kind of a dream come true, I think, for any of us who grew up with these toys. Just being able to see them again, being able to play with them, and then once the exhibit opened, getting to see visitors respond to them has been just a joy.
Here is G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip.
Yep, all of us baby boomers remember this guy.
What really made this successful was the ability to accessorize. You bought uniforms, you bought weapons, you bought equipment, you bought vehicles.
Barbie, you're beautiful.
And in the early 1960s, this little lady became a part of almost every girl's dreams.
And it was an instant success?
Pretty much. They sold $350,000 the first year.
Okay, but you were talking about something that happens to be the magic of Barbie and the entire Barbie series, Ken and all the things that go with it. It was all those things that go with it.
That's what really made it financially successful.
Who could forget Gumby and Pokey? Hot Wheels, the never-working mousetrap game, the impossible electronic football game, and of course everyone's friend, it's Slinky.
Now. Oh!
Let's face it, if we really start searching our memory banks, we'll remember that a lot of these toys didn't exactly work as advertised. Or if you lost one piece, it was often game over, and many of the toys were downright dangerous.
Jarts is a great example of toys that kids loved and parents hated because they really were dangerous. Something with a point and fins that flew, you know, what kid could resist that?
Yeah.
And take this Lionel train, marketed solely for girls in the mid-50s.
Lionel brought out a pastel train set, and it bombed.
As we segued into the 70s, the toy playing field had changed a lot. No longer were war toys cool, and trains and cowboys were long gone. Toys became much more sophisticated. And by the mid-70s, crude electronic games began making their way into Santa's bag. This was also the birth of video games you could actually hook up to your TV.
So what a lot of people, I think, maybe remember is that Magnavox came out with Odyssey in 1972. 5 years later, Atari comes out with what? Pong.
Ping pong, okay.
And then things really go to town, especially since Atari sold through Sears catalog and sales went through the roof.
It really is a lot of fun to relive my childhood, just one toy at a time. Many of the toys in this exhibit are now retired to the happy memories of us baby boomers. And we all know they may be gone, but they will never be forgotten. And the magic of Christmas morning is ours forever.
Life to the Max is brought to you by Life Touch, photography for a lifetime.